Huh? Oh. I'm really sorry. I was still doing work. I was just all over the place. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I know there's only a few people here tonight, but I hope you guys enjoy what is going to be the finale of Bad Mojo. I'm really sorry that I'm late. I got a lot of work going on. And just, yeah, there's just so much. I'm just so busy. I wish I was jorking it. I'll be honest with you. I would rather DSP myself than to oh man, so honestly, the last hour has just been way too busy for my liking. And it really just took over. It really took over. But we're going to finish Bad Mojo because I really like it. I went from not being a fan to being a fan. And considering how far we got last night, I kind of wanted to. How are you doing anyway, Solzy? What's the latest with you anyway? You fucking coming in here fucking trying to jerk me off. Tell me about yourself. I've also got like a half-finished coffee. But I apologize. I didn't mean for it to be a 15-minute start. It turned into an 18-minute start. I honestly, like, that's not me. Like, yeah, it's just not me. Everyone's playing Megabonk. Is it Megabonk that good? I've heard a lot of great things about Megabonk. It's good. Runs it pretty quick. Yeah, so it's like a roguelike, right? I just assume, like... Literally Risk of Rain and Vampire Survivors. Really? That's actually pretty cool. Does it cost a lot? Like, does the game cost a lot? Do you think I'd like it? I heard, like, it's like, ooh, banana. Like, I heard it's like, ooh, banana, you know? Alright, where were we? We were over half. It's like $10. Kind of excited. $10. $10 is pretty good. Am I on the deck? Where the fuck am I that the cat appeared? Oh. Well, that's a good start. Take me back to the sewer. So I have to... I don't remember where everything is. I don't even remember where half the shit is. Okay, so that's where I've just come from. I need to know... You can just tune out for the most part. Yeah, I've seen some of the memes. So, okay, does this just take me straight back in? Okay, now this is the kitchen. No, is this the bathroom? I think it's the bathroom. Yeah, it's the bathroom. That's one bathroom. Yeah, I've heard people say that I'd like it. I've heard people say that. What are you working on anyway, Soulsy? Have you got anything going on? What's happening with you? Oh, so this is our apartment. So we're now in... Totally nothing. 100% for real, for real. Come on, you can share. Come on. Oh, look, it's us. Let me see if I can line this up. Beep, beep. Bro, literally in there. Okay. So, I actually think I'm a lot closer to the end of the game than I thought. I looked at the time frame of what this other guy did to complete the game. I don't think I'm that far away from beating the game. But yeah, last night I just had to stop. I had to stop, but I wanted to take more time to kind of play it today and catch my bearings, you know? Like, I want to fucking get my cockroach on, bro. Oh, is this the suitcase with the money in it? Yeah, so I'm in my own room. Yep, okay. Is it a fax machine? Can I go on the fax machine? Bruh. Oh shit, can I send a fax? Paper and tray. Can you copy me? Okay, so there's 2 messages. We can play those.
Dr. Sams, this is Ellen Thurber. Dr. Michelson's asked me to remind you about the review meeting scheduled for Monday morning at 10 o'clock. Could you please call me to confirm that? Thank you.
Friday, 7:58 a.m.
Okay.
You've reached the home office of Roger Sams. I'm currently unable to answer the phone right now. If it's important, leave a message. I'll try to get back to you in a couple of days.
Alright, so let's look at the next message. So there should be another one. What about this one?
Hey, Raj. Pick up if you're there. Raj? It's Bernie. Listen, they're asking a lot of questions down here. I can't cover for you much longer. You better be ready Monday morning, because they're going to rake your ass over the coals, man. Call me back as soon as you get this message. You better have your resume ready.
Thursday, 7:06 p.m.
Okay. And so is this just the same one?
Dr. Sams, this is Ellen Thurber. Dr. Michelson's asked me to remind you about the review meeting scheduled for Monday morning at 10 o'clock. Could you please call me to confirm that? Thank you.
So
Friday, 7:58 a.m.
So from what I gather, right, So what we worked out last time is that the landlord is our dad. And our character's embezzling money. Which it seems like. Now the question is, can I like... I don't want to go too far down because I don't want the fucking cat to get me. Can I not just head to that wall? No, I can't. Hello? I literally think I just got stuck. I think I literally just got stuck. How have I managed to softlock this game twice? It's fucking crazy, man. Wait. Wait a minute, wait. He's not moving. What the fuck, game? Hang on. Let me reload that. Over half. Okay. There we go. Okay, so the cat's in the room. I don't know how I managed to do that again. Like, I've... Clap. Yeah, it was... I blew my mind. So yeah, I did look up the... Like, to see how many endings there were. There's actually 4 endings to this game. Though... I'm actually not too far away from finishing the game. So... Wait, where did he go just then? This way? No? So, our guy studies bugs. And I assume the money that he got from the grant has got something to do with it. So where am I going? Oh, it looks like there's something on the other side of that. Back up. Okay. Okay. This way? Okay. Well, this takes us back in. Which I don't want to do. Tip streaming Sonic. Yeah, I know she is, yeah. I want to finish this though. I'm pretty committed to finishing this. Fuck. So there has to be something I can do in here. I hope she's having fun. She's a bit stressed at the moment. She's got a lot going on. She's a bit stressed out. I'm going to be streaming with her next week though, so. So I can't go under the desk. Is there anything on the desk I can use? He's your bug boy. He's a little bug boy. You go 20 streams straight. You know what that means? You get a kiss from a real woman. How crazy is that, eh? Oh, this little bloke just turned in here, look. So there's more bugs. So he's... There's more bugs. You got a real one, but I don't think she wants to kiss you. Nah. She don't want that River Thames smell, bro. Let me know if the fishing's not working and I'll boot it up again. How much to kiss my wife? She'd probably ask for at least $10.
Know the chain reaction that is part of all things. Remember, every action ripples and ripples and ripples. Mounting energy that bloats and festers
I think we saw this
until
bit
there's
last
a
night.
spark, and then all is lost in fire. But it is never too late to help those in the path of the fire. They need only to be warned in time.
Fuck. So there's got to be somewhere else I can go. Like, there's got to be... On the drawers, maybe. Oh, thank you for the posture check, women. And I do have a coffee next to me. Thank you. Our goal tonight is to finish this. I just got to work out how to get out of this room. Like, I'm in the room where I fainted. Like, I assume this is the room, because the, I need to be on here? Maybe I need to be in the Rolodex box. Let me have a look. That's not where I went. This game throws me through loops every now and again. I assume this pipe's gonna just take me back, right? Yeah. She said that I've got to warn the guy, but like, am I meant to do the fire now? Like, that's the real question, because like, I'm not back in my body yet, so... I feel like there's still something I have to discover. Like, I feel like... I feel like I've not seen everything yet in the room. We did this. I kind of want to get... What's on the top there? There's like another... Maybe I can take that ramp up. Maybe I can take the printer up? No, I can't. How the fuck do I get up there? This game is... It's definitely up there. If I go down this leg, will it get me? Okay. Alright. Let me save it. And then let me go back to the bathroom and then see. Because I've already got everything else has been activated. I just feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there's something I'm... Okay. Okay, so we're in the bathroom again. And then... And then we go up here. Well, I can't move the cigarette yet, so... So I'm okay. So that toilet needs to be clean, bro. Okay, so go down. Back in the sewer. Yeah, we're in Sed's house, by the way. I just want to let you guys know we're chilling in Sed's house. Toilets are gross. You're gross, Sed. Did you know, fun fact, top 5 reasons why Sed is disgusting. Number 5, he does not shower. Number 4, he likes to swim in the toilet. Number 3, he is a stinky butt face. Number 2, Sed loves it in the butt. And number 1, Sed is the king of stink. People refer to him as a big old stinky bum bum, and he is stinky face. Am I back in my room? Yeah, that's where I was heading, yeah. How the hell do I swim in the toilet? Do I shrink myself? You got a big potty, bro. I'm just going back. Just gonna go explore. So I can't go this way. Now, I bet you if I go down here... Yep, big old cat. I looked up the end, like how many endings there were, and I looked up on a tutorial on how far I was to the ending. I just don't know where I am right now. That's the part that I'm just working out. I feel like I'm pretty much heading into the end game. I just gotta work out how to get off. Wait a minute. From that view. Can I climb this? No. Oh! Oh, I'm up there now. Fucking hell. Alright, let's save it here. Okay, what did that do? There's a fan. Maybe I have to blow the paper. Let me see. I will if I do get stuck, I will ask for a hint. Diseases of the skin. Also, I found a making of this game online. Which we will be watching after I finish this. It looked really interesting. Like, genuinely, I was kind of impressed. So I was like, yeah, no, we'll watch it. That's what you did in the session yesterday. That's the late game thing. You had to go back and turn that fan off. Yeah, I assume that the rooms... So, like, I assume the room's going to fill with smoke. And the fan is blowing the smoke. So, because I shorted it out, it's not going to blow the smoke anymore. Let me know if the fishing game's working. If it's not working, I'll get it working for you. Alright, give me a second. Apologies, Moomin. Let me fix it for you. Apologies, Moomin. Give me 1 second. Apologies, my queen. There you go. Should be working now. So I'm up here now. So progress has been made. So we can't move the paper. She'll spit on you. What if I want... Oh, we will spit on you. Oh, I thought you meant her. I was like, fuck yeah. So that's... So there has to be a reason why I've got to be up here. I can climb on this book. Maybe I can climb on the book on the statue. Nope. Wolfie's watching Knuckles memes. Wolfie is that Unga Bunga type person. Like, he sees a meme and he's like, and he just starts like bashing his knuckles against the fucking desk. Like, just shit entertains him. You just gotta let him do it, Moomin. Like, just let him get it out of his system and then give him a banana. Ooh, banana. That's all you gotta do. Maybe I can go down this side now. Oh, shit.
An old man's tragic story. A life lived in despair. A bitter allegory that another young man shares.
Yeah, exactly.
The two may be related, so climb the paper stack. The way you were created lies beneath the facts.
I don't know if I wanted to see the sperm. I don't know. Like, I'm going to have to listen to that again because I was too busy looking at the sperm. Can I listen to that again, please? Holy fuck. The sperm going around his mother was too much for me.
An old man's tragic story. A life lived in despair. A bitter allegory that another young man shares. The two may be related, so climb the paper stack. The way you were created lies beneath the facts.
That is the lamest fucking... That is the lamest fucking... fucking rhyme. Stack and facts do not rhyme. I just want to be clear. So now we gotta go back up. I'll be honest with you, it was probably the worst symbolism in this game that's been in here so far. Like, I've seen, there's been a lot of symbolism with this game. That was probably the worst. Like, that's reaching. You try to do a monkey impression, you sound like Kazooie. What, he was like, like that or something, or? That butterfly, yeah. So our guy is a bug guy. He liked a bug. Oh. So there's a newspaper underneath the fax machine. Fucking sperm tongue. That's what I mean. Like, the symbolism of this game is fucking wild. Like, some of this game really has moments. Like, oh shit, 30 stream streak. Welcome, Slush. You get a free detail on your car now. So where's it? I saw the butterfly. I saw the butterfly just then. So I've got to get the butterfly, I guess. It's beneath the fact. So I've got to move the fax machine somehow. Maybe I could start the machine now. Let me... No paper in tray. I've already listened to these as well. So I don't think I need to listen to them again. I just realized it's playing the title screen music too. Maybe I have to push this. Nope. Wait a minute. Does the fan... There you go. Thank you for the look, ghost buddy. Unga Bunga. I reckon Sed could voice the cockroach. I reckon Sed could voice most stuff. I reckon... I'm Sed. Look at me, I'm a cockroach. I'm telling you, it'd be great. This is gonna piss the cat off, though. Cats hate fucking... faxes. So just copy them. Oh shit. We created a bridge. What does this say? Loving reunion, bringing families together. It has been almost 2 months since we have out you, but my understanding is we don't want to put any pressure on you. I'll check back with you and see if reflect upon blood, hopefully that fill an empty hole. Don't run into your feelings. Discover answers to questions. We've taken the liberty of enclosing your father taken when he was roughly of your age, perhaps cold and broken. Please feel free. Oh, so he's been trying to track down his family. We have the only communication since that contact. I'm concerned about your lack of tangible progress. I cannot longer stall and make excuses for you. I'm receiving tremendous pressure from the dean of the cash dispersal is highly unorthodox and created an air of suspicion. I have been instructed to inform you that we have 1 week to come up with a status report and a complete breakdown of your cash expense. So yeah, he's taken a grant and he's running away with the money from the university. What's happened? We fucked a cockroach is what's happened. Nah, so to give you the TLDR, we were about to escape with some money that we've obviously embezzled from our job. We live in a shitty apartment with a shitty landlord who I think we've just discovered is our dad. We got turned into a cockroach by a lady in a pendulum, which I assume is our mother because she's been trying to connect us together. It turns out we've been living with our dad the whole time. We didn't even know it. And now we're having to, I guess, burn this place down. That's what she wrote. Also, phone lines, sperm. Here we go. Funds in bug research. Roach doctor wanted for questioning. Damn. I'll wait till ad come back. I'll wait till you come back. Bam, bam, bam. Let me know when you guys are back from the ad. And then we'll continue our exploits. Welcome back, everyone. I thought I'd wait for you guys. So it says here, funds in bug research. Roach doctor, 2 wanted for questioning. So it seems like, oh, here we go. 3 South Beach bars raided. Result of repaired violations. So this. Oh yeah. It's like a TV remote. There has been a moida. Oh, look at him. He's with his passport. Would I be moving this to this? That's not gonna work. Is it? That's not gonna work. Really? There's no way. Or is it all because it's blocking it? Like this?
If you see me now, then you have also seen a man who's lost all hope. He's running, trying to hide from all the anger and fear that has plagued him. You cannot run from fear, for no matter where you go or what lies you may believe, truth always stares back at you from the mirror.
Cool. It's good to know. Yo, it's our boy. Can I ride you, bro? Taxi? This game's fantastic. That'd be the fast travel. Yo, listen to this fucking music. That's fucking dick. That's dick skin pulling music. Did you hear that? Hang on. That's dick skin pulling music. Like you're sitting there and you're just pulling your foreskin. That's the music that you would hear. Yes. Oh, he studies roaches. Okay, I don't want to go up there yet. So I guess the symbolism of me turning into a cockroach is not too far-fetched then. Do I do in a spare time? I just sit there pulling my foreskin. That's all I do. What's this? Dear Mr. James, thank you for the... about the roaches. Okay, so that's like a... I want to look at the walls. Let's look at the walls. Bypass primary sense organs. Ugh! They didn't? Nah, I don't think so, no. But because the birth of me killed the wife. How's it going? Good. It's getting freaky. It's getting freaky deaky. Okay, so that's hot. All right, it's a bar. Okay. Okay, so this must be the final room then. So this must be like his bedroom or his lab room. First 2 test subjects dead within 48 hours. I know that law. What law? Thank you for taking in my class. Well, I mean, I'm gathering it because, like, it literally has, like, him with, like, it says specimen on here, and then there's, like, it said research grant for cockroaches, so there's a lot of sciencey shit. Woo! You slay me, Suki. Nice. I feel like he's partially obsessed with roaches. I feel like that's his jam. You are the baby and the bezel of the mate. Yeah, no, so I discovered that last night when I went to the bar and they showed a picture of me turning into him getting older. So it showed, it was like this whole thing, and then they've kind of basically said it. She's basically said it at this point. Like she might as well have just said, by the way, you're my son. Like it got to the point last night where it was pretty much writing it out on paper. Okay, so this is approval of the project. $1 million to the account of... Oh, I see. Okay. So the production of this compound. So he's meant to... So you're meant to be creating something, and that's the embezzling of the money thing. Okay, so I'm going to line it up. Ready? It's going to be so satisfying. Guys. Nailed it. Yeah, I've kind of like all eyes are upon us, all eyes upon me, all eyes upon me. I also kind of feel like, can I say this? I feel like our guy's like, even though he's a bit of an overactor in the game, I kind of feel like our guy is a little bit fucking unstable. Like, he's got some fucking crackhead energy where, like, if he's writing this shit on the wall, I mean, I guess that explains, like, his, he was abandoned as a kid, right? So, because if he didn't know his dad, he's obviously had a pretty bad upbringing. Again, I did watch a Let's Play of this years ago. So parts of it, like I said before, have come back to me in a memory. Like the fire scene and some of the other stuff, like some of that shit really resonated with me. Like, I don't remember any of the cutscenes with the lady, or I've never really seen any like full-on gameplay. The eyes all over the board is pretty normal, though. Yeah, I want to go up here. Okay, so this takes us back. Oh!
Everything is relevant and nothing is real. the bell tolls for thee. The spark is ready and waiting. You barely have time to act. Remember all that you have seen. Recall all that you have heard. Flush your memory of tainted thoughts. Act decisively.
Yeah, but the cat's still on the floor, so I feel like I still need to do
May
something in there.
awaken the dreamer. Run from the fire, but not the flames. The answer is family, not fortune and fame.
I feel like I'm not done in that room yet, though, lady. Oh, God, I don't remember which way's which. Nah, that's the kitchen. Can't believe the Fast and Furious stuff in this man. Okay, we're back here. Yeah, but I haven't found my body yet. Part of the and there's a cat still on the floor, so I don't know, like I still didn't explore over here too. No, it was, but the cat's in there. So I want to see what this is. Yo! Give me that sandwich, bro. And like, why would I fly over here? Like, there's got to be something else to do here, right? If I want to know, just say. No, I'll work it out. Why is it showing me that? Holy fuck, listen to this Bob. Do I go down here? Clock is ticking music. Oh, so that's the start, is it? Did I just get the bad ending? I didn't think I set it on fire. What happened? I never set the fire though. Did I sequence break this game again? Electric spark. Oh. So I've just killed the dad? Is what you're saying? Oh, I got the bad ending, I assume.
Goodbye, Eddie! I hope you enjoy your rent money in hell!
I almost made the plane to Mexico City that night. I was running across the tarmac, waving $100 bills at the pilot when they picked me up. The next day, they pulled Eddie's charred body from
Jesus.
the building and then charged me with murder. Of course they didn't believe my road story. And now I'm doing 25 to life in a high-security institute for the criminally insane.
Oh, the fire is to warn the oh, I get it. Okay. So the fire is to... Okay. So where am I here? Hang on, let me see. So, I thought the fire was to start the fire, but yeah, you're right, because we had the spark and the gas has been going off for the past hour, right? Okay. The fire sets off the smoke to wake the dad. Okay. Now the question is, do I need to do this thing first then? Like this pull thing down first? Like set it up in advance? I'm gonna try it. Okay. Hey Breezy, how's it going? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna head back. And then we do the vent, which I guess that's when it starts the timer. Because it doesn't seem like it's started yet, so I assume once you see that final cutscene, that's when the timer has started. So let me make another save then. I don't know which vent is which vent though. I'm just gonna take a guess, I guess. Okay. Why can't I move this? Have I missed something? I feel like I've missed something. I feel like I missed something. So I got here. I didn't do the cutscene. Yeah, the cutscene was when y'all went in the hole. Roachy Roach and the Buggy Bunch, yeah. Maybe I've just got to go up there and do it. Like, maybe I've just got to go up and then I've got to run back and then I've got to, like, hit the thing. Why isn't the cutscene playing? I don't understand why the cutscene's not playing. Have I missed something? Have I missed? Okay, so this is when I landed. What am I missing? I feel like I've missed something now. You just hide under the... Yeah, I mean, it feels like the obvious tactic, doesn't it? I mean, roaches pretty much live forever. No idea what I did to trigger it. I don't know either. I got no clue. Because this happened yesterday as well when you left. I actually sequence broke the entire game. And I skipped the killing of the rat scene. Like, literally, like, skipped an entire part of it. It was actually, like, crazy. And then when I went back... It actually had fucked the game up because I was not able to pass a certain area. The razor blade rat kill was skipped. Yeah, I skipped it, yeah. I literally sequence broke the game yesterday. Oh, is it this vent? Where the fuck am I now? What the fuck is this? I've not been in here. What the fuck is this room? Is this another law room? He's like burnt research paper. Hey, Mana Stories.
Sorry, Aunt. But I never could have raised him without you. Take good care of him, sister. It's better this way. And make sure he gets these when he's old enough. The bar room. There's no place for a kid.
Don't worry, Mr. Petito. We're his family now.
I'm sorry, Aunt.
We're his family now.
Okay. I think this is like an extra law room. I'll be... Once you reach the table, head north and east again, 115. Head north and north again. You should see a message say Roach Reproductions. Continue north until you reach the... Okay, so it's another vent. Should be the fan vent. Okay. I'm just looking around on this to see if there's any, because like, I mean, I guess this is just a spare room for law. Okay, so go up. But yeah, I've sequence broke the shit out of this game the last few times. Like, it's been nuts. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, when we did it yesterday, like, I was so confused because I didn't realize what I had done wrong. And I think it was just I entered the screen differently and the rat didn't appear, but I was able to go through and the rat was already dead. This is disgusting, man. Shower curtain, yeah. Ew. Yeah, this is the one I went to. Which is this. But it didn't play it. It's not played the cutscene this time. How did I sequence break this again? I'm gonna try something. I've gone back. Because I think I've sequence broke it. I think that's what's happened. Oh. Yep, he's now outside the... hang on. Let me... Because this happened yesterday, and then I rebooted the game, and then the game worked properly. There's been some really interesting glitches with this game. It was Big Roach, right? I think it was Big Roach. Okay. No, it's just I keep sequence breaking stuff. Like, stuff just doesn't play. Like, cutscenes don't play, or things don't happen. And I think just the game's just having a really tough time. See? Now it's playing it. Alright, so now we've got to make our way as fast as we can.
Everything is relevant and nothing is real. Time now has meaning.
Alright, we saw this bit, so I've got to be fast. Nope, wrong one. Thank you. I hope so. Otherwise, I'm shit out of luck. Okay. Run. Wrong way. It was the next pipe over. Because that'll take me to the first room. That's not what I want. I want this one. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait to hydrate, Moomin. I hope that's enough time.
Remember this, brother. You'll want to return when you've found your sweet mother on your final sojourn. Then, enter an orifice, a cave near the door. You'll discover the Oedipus and rise from the floor.
I was just checking out my face. I didn't think there was like a... And then after this, we'll watch the making of, because I'm excited to have a look at that. If I got the right ending. Nah, I don't. Nah. Nah, I think the other ending would be if I stayed in there to die, which I'm gonna try to do as well. But let the dad live.
What the hell's going on there, Sam's?
Didn't you smell the gas?
And we'll have a look at the other endings.
Hey, where'd you get this?
That was my mother's.
God. I gave
Yeah, I know.
it to
I've
her.
seen 2 so far. I'm gonna look at the other 2.
Your mother's? My Angelina?
What are you talking about?
Look.
You're my father?
Yeah. I must be. I don't freaking believe it. I don't believe it either. But how else do we explain this?
I don't know.
He's acting. The son's acting.
Eddie told me about my mom and about the night she died. He felt so bad that he gave me up without even thinking about it. He regretted that all these years. I felt kind of guilty about blowing up his bar, so I took him with me to Mexico. I bought him a little oceanside cantina in Belize, where he does pretty good with the tourists. Me? Well, I set up a little lab down here to study roaches in the rainforest. And Eddie and I get along just fine.
Wow. So he steals the money anyway, opens a bar with his dad and gets drunk. Wow. Alright, let's see the other two. So, the other two would be if I don't get out in time or neither of them get out in time. Because we've already seen the one where he gets out and he gets put in an insane asylum. And I can just load my save. I will say, I've really enjoyed this game a lot. Like, I've really enjoyed this game. It honestly has been like a blast to play so far. Like, it's disgusting. It's like filthy. It's an experience. It is surely an experience. It's actually quite amazing how this game exists. Like, it's a really good example of that late 90s yuck. And then yeah, after we see the other two endings, I want to watch the behind the scenes because I did find some behind the scenes today. And I want to read the wiki about the game because I did read some like really fun facts that I wanted to kind of like read with you guys just to see, obviously. So we've still got more to do, so don't go anywhere yet. Is there gonna be anything else? Or are we stuck here? I like that they've thanked Adobe and Apple and... Look at that. Go get some work done. All good. It's good. Like, it's funny, like, because obviously you can't see this game as, like, being a sequel or... So let's do run. But I'm just gonna leave it and see what happens. Because I assume we're just gonna have a blow up. The music has been a banger too, by the way. I assume there's just a timer with the music. They give you a lot of time. Wait a minute, why is it when he's the cockroach, does he not remember? Like, he comes out of being a cockroach and then he's like, wait, you're my dad? Like, didn't he just spend the last few hours of this game learning that? I feel like he learnt that information. It's so easy to get lost, yeah. It could be a dream. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I guess it could be. I mean, if you're really looking at it from a perspective of... Oh, here we go. New music. I wonder what happens when I play this again. Bad trip. Sounds like bad trip. Oh.
Jesus H. Christ! What the hell was that? That son of a bitch Sam's? With all that goddamn scientific crap he's got up in his room, I know he's responsible for this. If I ever catch that bastard, I'll kill him!
The fire totally destroyed the bar. My home. This time I really had nothing left. I tried to get a job tending bar, but nobody wants an old man scaring their customers away. So now I wander the streets of San Francisco, sleeping in the doorways, panhandling change.
Damn.
And thinking about the old days. And Angelina.
Fuck, that's a pretty sad ending. Jesus. Alright. So was it Endgame 2, wasn't it? How did I... Hang on, it was Big Roach, wasn't it? Big Roach. Okay. So I need to activate the thing, and then we can see the fourth ending. No, that one didn't even work that time. Because he's not there. Sometimes the sequences don't load properly. I wonder why. Endgame 1. Let's try this one. See, I think you're not meant to go this way yet. I think the game is like making you explore everything first. Oh yeah, there you go. The roach is a guide to try to get you to follow. Yo, look at this. I didn't see that before. That's pretty fucked. What's this one? I didn't see this cutscene.
You'll see me for the last time when you pass through the wall. The blades in a wind tunnel cause you to stall. In order to stop it, enter a muse. Don't give up quickly, don't blow your fuse. But first, there's the feline below on the mat. Remember, curiosity can kill the cat.
So wait, the fuse... The fuse is the reason why the fire happens, correct? A little bit convoluted, but I get it. Let's see if we can activate the... I don't know why it's not activating now. I think it's the sparker in the kitchen. So, alright, well, my question is then, why is it that he has to activate the, why is it that he has to activate the fuse? Why does he have to blow the fuse out? I don't get that bit. Like, what's that bit? The fuse is what stops you from triggering the mad dash because the purple vent has a fan. Oh, so you can't leave. Oh, I did it again. I sequence broke the fucking thing. So you're saying that if I hadn't have turned off the vent, then I would actually be stuck. Like, the fan would still be going. You'd have to go all the way to the basement again. And I guess that's where there's... Oh, God damn it. How have I broken this game this many times? Let's try this one again. I keep fucking breaking the game. Maybe I am sequence breaking, I just don't know, like... See a roach and follow it and go down the vent. Well, yeah, I'd like... Yeah, it just... Sometimes it just doesn't load. Like, sometimes the, It's strange when it, like, it decides, like, it makes, like, a, an option for you to, like... I'm wondering if, like, this is the other thing, too. I'm wondering if I'm the only one experiencing this. Because I'm playing on old hardware. So what, like... I'm wondering if it's possible to still do this anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm not the only one. All right. I want to see the worst ending. I did it when I was crawling across the thing. There's an ad that starts in a minute, by the way. So how is this not working? It's alright, I'll pause it before then. I'm gonna get this to work. I just need to work out why it's not working. Like I feel like I need to activate it. Okay. Try activating each in the research room. I'm just gonna see if like going right and left did it. It was Big Roach. See, I've done it from Big Roach as well. Maybe I need to come from the right. Didn't do it again. I think it's over halfway. Let me, you know what? Let me quit and load it in. I reckon because it fixed it last time when I did that. See, I reckon like some files must not be loading and offloading or something. It's Big Roach. Part of me thinks that that's like the thing. Ads are done. Awesome. Maybe get something stuck in memory. Yeah, I figured, but what makes it really... See, there's the bug. What makes it get really strange to me is that I don't understand if this is just a me thing or if this is a thing that's happening to everyone. Because see, now that I've reloaded, like literally turning it off and on again works. And then we'll see the behind the scenes and shit too.
Everything is relevant and nothing is real. Time now has meaning.
Alright,
and
we've
the
seen
bell
that.
tolls.
It was the style at the time. Cool. We've just got to wait now. Amazing. It seems it was a common issue that would occur. I have a feeling that this game, even though it would have been tested, the thing is, it diving between 3D photos and like FMV is a lot. And because the game's already handling 256 colors of shit, like it's a lot. So I'm going to assume we just have to wait, because right now, like, this would be the climb that we would have to do. Game just straight up doesn't work for some instances. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what's funny? The remaster only came out in the early 2000s as well. I was reading about that, and I found it really interesting that the remaster was, like, quite an old... Like, it wasn't a new thing. Fuck yeah. Bam, bam. Sorry to hear that you're really tired, Moomin. Just gonna chill out with the other roaches. In the face of danger, he chose to dance with the rest of his people. Pretty much, yeah. It hits when it least expects, yeah. Let's chill out up here. Just the wait. But yeah, I'm excited to like watch the behind the scenes after this. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I saw it and I was like, well, we have to watch that. So, and I want to say, A copy of this game fetched me $5 on eBay. The guy shipped this for free, basically. And I've quite enjoyed it. Like, it's been a strange little game. Good deal. Yeah, $5 for a physical of this game, yeah. It is really cool, yeah. Oh, thank you, Moomin. The game on Steam costs $9. It's not too bad. I mean, if the remaster's not really working, I mean, that's also the problem of computers, isn't it? Oh, here we go. The worst ending. And then we'll go read some Wikipedia. And like watch the behind. I'm excited to watch it. I'm so excited. Apparently the remaster has all that stuff on it, or the like the re-release.
I tried to
In
show
that roadshow
Roger that
seat.
he had a family, and I tried to show Eddie that he had something to live for, but I failed. It's strange how people can be blind to what's right in front of them. Now they're both dead, and Eddie's on the waterfront is gone, bulldozed in the name of urban renewal
Damn.
and progress. On the spot where the bar once stood, they built espresso bars and luxury condominiums.
Oh.
Our ghosts.
Cool. the screensaver started. It said that they haunted the place forever. It said that their ghosts haunted the place forever. No, because I hadn't moved the mouse. I apologize. That wasn't my intention. That wasn't my intention. I apologize. That legit was just the screensaver. Alright, let's go look at... Let me change that screensaver too, by the way. Because I want to, like... I'm sure you did it for the bit. I literally didn't do it for the bit. I can tell you I didn't do it for the bit. I swear on my life. I just sat here with the mouse, not moving it. I love you, but fuck me. Wow. If you insist. Okay, so we're going to... What I'll do is let me bring you guys over to my other screen. So then that way we can go have a look at this. We can go have a look at this game. So hang on. Let me go to PC. He still goons. He does. He still goons. Okay. So let me pull up Firefox. And we'll do Bad Mojo, the game. Okay, and then what I'll do is I will take us over to the HDMI section, and then on the sources I will bring up the window capture so you guys can see it. If it will show, I don't know. Okay, apparently it's not going to show. Hang on. It will be this. Yes. All right. So we got. I don't know how this is gonna sit. Like I don't know. I didn't really like. Can't be honest with you. Didn't really think this through. Let's just go full screen with this fucking thing. Let's just go full screen. Okay. It jumped that much it made you laugh. I apologize. Let's put on the Bad Mojo soundtrack too while we look at the no, not the pop out chat. Bad Mojo game soundtrack. And then we can read the thing. So we'll go Bad Mojo OST. Oh, here we go. Can you guys hear that okay? While I read the wiki. Alright, let's have a look at the wiki. Alright, so I wanted to look at this because I wanted to specifically. So, Bad Mojo was made by Pulse and published by Acclaim. It's loosely based on Frank Kafka's The Metamorphosis. It's a salesman who wakes up to find himself transformed into a huge insect. There you go. And the lead character's cat is called Friends. Oh, there you go. So there's the reference. Got Game released it, packaging it with a DVD containing a variety of extra material. I wonder what's on the DVD itself besides the making of. Let's see. Development. Bad Mojo's development was troubled. Director Vinnie Corella noted that it was a POW overproduction and no happiness. It was just pain. The original designer Drew Huffman came up with the concept of having a small character in the gameplay due to the technical slowdowns on the computer. To begin with, the game was codenamed the Booger Project. Huffman and Vincent were brainstorming the idea and taking inspirations from Metamorphosis and It's a Wonderful Life. For graphics, the teams used a mix of CG and live action. It took a lot of study and modeling to get the realistic Roach game graphics in the gameplay. Animated walk cycles. About 720 screens in the game were produced. Parts were made in Swivel 3D. Some elements of the game required some specialists. A professional cat wrangler and trainer was hired to move the cat on set, and insurance was also required for the cat. The German cockroaches were provided by the Carolina Biological Supply Company. Controlling the roaches required a freezer to slow down. Wow. The rat was caught and killed by an exterminator. A live catfish was brought from a fishmonger. Jesus Christ. During production, a few animals were harmed, including a tarantula. There's an interview. What do you mean there was an interview? We gotta see that. The game features electronic music by American Electrical Industrial. Oh, Exorcist. Fucking hell. Okay. Also written soundtracks from other CD-ROM games known as Iron Helix. There was blood sacrifices were made. It seems so. I feel like they made a lot to make this game. The game distributed by Night Studios, who... Oh shit, this was going to be on the Saturn too. But it was never developed for... In 2019, a vinyl soundtrack of the game's score was made. Holy shit. Holy shit. According to co-producer, the original game was a commercial success. By February, roughly 12 months after release, it sold almost 200,000. He was pretty sure it sold over 200,000 by the end of Bad Mojo's shelf life. It also received accolades. Best role-playing game, adventure game. Bad Mojo was the 30th best. Wow, okay. The game's unique and eerie story presentation. However, he felt the lack of long activity was a major downfall. The editor of the US, Chuck Osborne, remains as innovative and resourceful as ever. Okay. Can I not see this? Is this interview no longer available? Oh, here it is. Oh my god. Yes. 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 Vincent. Alright. Bad Mojo has got a really weird premise. How did you guys come up with it? Let's see. You know, computers were slow back then. Right down the internet and hard drives are slow. Working off CD-ROM as a playback medium. Access speeds are slow. CD-ROM screen refresh is slow. So we asked ourselves what type of environment, world, character would be conducive that the hardware would be available to users. The smaller the character, the better. We're having a brainstorming, and both Drew and I grew up in homes that had cockroach infestation. We were telling these stories in the office, and people started drifting over, and it seemed everyone had a cockroach story. We thought it'd be cool to resonate with people, and a cockroach is very small on screen, but the world a cockroach lives in can still be interesting to people. My creative partner and I, Phil Simon, took that idea and built a story around it. Okay, that's really interesting, especially about the technical. I heard that about Myst as well. We knew the Myst, we knew them and admired their work, and Myst was definitely an inspiration, except, and this is important, we wanted to do with Bad Mojo was avoid puzzles that came out of left field. In an adventure game at the time, the puzzles felt like a really weird gating mechanism that had nothing to do with anything. All the puzzles in Bad Mojo had to be organic and natural, and real to the game's environment. The puzzles had to be things the players could see in the gaming environment, or things that the cockroaches could do, maybe with a bit of stretch at times. Yes, and it comes off really well. The puzzle's realistic, pushing a peanut shell across some water, things like that. Yes. Nowadays, it's pretty rare to see people working with live actors. It's become easier to render characters in the game. At the time, you weren't really able to do that, so you used live actors. What was it like working with them? Phil and I came from a film and television background in theater. We wanted to make the game feel human. We got into game in order to tell stories. Our line producer was a guy named John Fishman who kept everything running. We weren't looking to produce Academy Award-winning stuff. We used to joke that we had a Gilligan's Island style production value, but that was by design because Bad Mojo is heavy and dark, and and the world you're in is scary. I wish I could say no animals were harmed during the production, but that would be a lie. There are a lot of animals involved in Bad Mojo. Can you tell me a bit about that, especially the cat? The cat was great. We hired a professional cat wrangler and trainer who bought 3 cats. The cat we ended up using named Franz in the story was a big main... Okay. The cat was easiest animal performer to work with because we had a real cat wrangler on set. So the cat was fun. I think we got the cat in one day. On the other hand, working with spiders, rats, fish, and mice, what else is there? You also had to work with roaches. It's really interesting because it's kind of like stop motion as well, isn't it? Well, the roaches were the most fun part because we had the biological supply catalog, which had what they called a roach kit. So they would send you 6 German roaches in a small container for a classroom use. Though I would cringe at the kind of classrooms they do this, we ended up raising quite a roach colony. I'd venture to guess there must have been 1,000 roaches by the end. That cage was swarming with them. One thing we were particularly proud of were our modelers. They were able to make a cockroach look and behave so realistically that your skin crawls when you play the game. And the reason we had cockroaches to study how they move and how they... That's fucking crazy. They basically started breeding them to make this game. How did you study them? Every time we wanted to study them, we had to slow them down. So we had to take an entire cage and put them in a freezer. And you slow them down, they could put them outside and be very sluggish. And they'd warm up and you put them back in the cage. Oh my god. Bad Mojo is really interesting, and it blends a mundane rent dispute, a son trying to find his father, in a dive bar. How does this come together? We're in Spy Bites: A Wonderful Life. Wizard of Oz. Okay. And 8-Bit's considered. Elliot began his career. Can you tell us about your role in the... Oh, okay. Where he met the rest of the team, went on to make Bad Mojo. Alex said as co-producer. Being producer is a jack of all trades. It's a wrangling team. This is the making of Bad Mojo. We're just reading about like some interviews and stuff. And then we're going to watch the behind the scenes. Called Drew Pictures at the time. They'd done a game called Iron Helix, and they've been working on a secret game for about 6 months that they've been exploring technologies. I'd worked with them previously, and I came in to see what they were doing and just looked around, and a couple months later they asked me if I wanted to come in and help. The fact that they breeded cockroaches for this game is mental. You worked with them before. Did you work with them on Iron Helix? Yeah, I did some of the checking of the databases. Okay. Pretty interesting background. Did that help in Bad Mojo? I think the closest thing was cutting apart a fish, though it taught me a problem solving and how to be technical. What made you decide you want to work with game? Okay, well, they're really inspiring. Creative games like Bad Mojo, a lot of typical first-person 90s. Yeah, Phil and Vinny are really great storytellers. When I came, I really wanted to manage the development. There was about 720 screens, and of all the cool technologies in the game that really worked to scale and roadmap bips on the fly, Bill Zetler and the rest of the engineering team really put together a great engine. Speaking of atmosphere, you spent a lot of time making the roaches realistic as possible. How did that work? Yeah, actually the roach is a gigantic 3D model that we rendered in an electric engine. You missed all 4 endings, Priscillion. There was 4 endings. But the VOD will be up, so you can watch that. We put together a film strip of every single possible view you could have of the cockroach. The animators studied a bunch of cockroaches, got the walk cycle down, we animated it, rendered it, and it was pretty fantastic. Yeah, it shows. To switch gears, let's talk about some of the strange things you had to do to make the game. What's your favorite story? Yeah, there's 4 endings. We did all 4. One where we escaped, one where we died and the guy got out, one where we both got out, and the one where we both died. And they're all different. They're all different endings. Well, there were a couple of things. One was the fish story. In the game, someone's cooking gumbo, and there's a catfish, and therein lies one of the clues. So yeah, we had to go to Chinatown in San Francisco to actually buy a large live catfish. Usually in Chinatown, they kill it for you. So Vinny goes up to the fishmonger and says, I want a catfish, but I want it alive. The fishmonger was just incredulous, saying, you want it alive? So we got 2 catfish and let them swim around a bit. And then when we did the scene, we plopped them down on a stainless steel table and cut its head off. The knife was pretty dull, which I felt kind of bad about, but it's a pretty gory scene. And some of it is actual fish guts. Oh my god.
I drink too much.
Well, we try to keep Peter off you guys. The catfish was the only thing we felt bad about. The cockroaches were fun. Did you do any insect work during your degree? Actually, I did dissect a cockroach, and you said you didn't do your degree. That's true. We had a pretty nice menagerie. We had the catfish, cockroaches, a tarantula, some spiders. The animators wanted to study a walk cycle of a spider. Phil and Vinny set up a light table, and they had a very thin spider, and they hit the lights, and it just burnt right up. They set the spider on fire. Yeah, we did a couple of things that were harmed during production, but not any mammals. Did Vinny tell you about the cat insurance? So we always said cat insurance is a joke amongst ourselves, but we actually had to buy insurance for a cat to be on the set. And we thought, do we really need to buy this? But the wrangler wouldn't bring the cat on set without it. So anytime we had something like that, we called it cat insurance. There's a lot of great stories to tell, almost too many. That's the fun thing about Bad Mojo. It's almost 20 years old. It's getting a second re-release, and there's still new stories to tell. I love talking about Bad Mojo. I don't know. I don't know what about... Chicken. Peter Stone was known for his work as the frontman of the band. There you go. I've done quite a few things. What I care about most is my role as the composer and sound designer for Bad Mojo. Before that, I had released quite a few musical endeavors under the name Exorcist, and a couple of other projects with the creators of Bad Mojo. But I've also run nightclubs, programmed computers, and a few other things. Yeah, they were breeding cockroaches for this game. They were literally breeding cockroaches. They ordered... It's fucking wild, this production. So I did a couple of remixes, but also another gentleman was working with the project in their house. The sound guy. So I noticed that you worked with them, and comparing Bad Mojo, it feels very different. What was your style? Good question. Iron Helix was more of a here's the game, here's what we need kind of thing. And I made the sound work. Bad Mojo was more of an environment that was given to me through images, storyboard, and concepts. It actually did something that at the time I think I was starting up. Thomas Dolby was kind of playing around with some of the video game music, and he had an idea of creating segments, loops, you would say, that would change dynamically with the score. That I believe came around the same time, maybe a little bit later, and I just happened to be the same kind of idea that I was told that they wanted for Bad Mojo, creating an auditory environments that morph into the change of the gameplay. It changed from here's a static scene of a movie, and it turned into immerse yourself in the whole game environment. And the sound had to change based on the environment changes. It was really fun to do, spending those weeks immersing myself. Sounds like they give you a lot of freedom. We're doing work keyboard. On the same token, it seems like emphasis on atmosphere. Let's see. One of the most amazing things about the composing of the game is the technology. I admit there were happy accidents that came through. The strategy was really nice, given the time as I was given work from Bad Mojo. For a lot of projects, the artists were given 2 weeks to complete what should have taken 2 months. The crew were very gracious for me to give me the months to work on the score and really envelop myself. And utilize the instruments to my advantage, including one of the main programmers had a pet that he gave to me. Buffy, a Madagascar hissing cockroach. Any hissing cockroach sounds that you hear during the game are Buffy being sampled. Holy shit, man. My studio included Buffy on one side and Frida, a tarantula who was a model for the game. Back in those days, it was really wonderful. It was a freak house creating freakish sound design. They literally used cockroaches for everything in this game. Like, this game was built. That's so cool. I love the fact that there was a lot of practical stuff. Let's see. So you're holding out. Bad Mojo, I still full swing. Bro, look at this shit. At the time, sound really matched Iron Helix, very dark. By the end of Bad Mojo, and I was still full swing, running around the club, DJing and touring. It was great working with the team. Are you holding out for Bad Mojo 2? Hell yeah. This is the age of Indiegogo and Kickstarter. It could happen. It could. And if it does happen, I still have my studio and MIDI interference. That's fucking crazy, dude. That they built by roaches for roaches. It's literally just roach. Like, the fact that they used actual roaches. Like, I knew that there was some element to it, but recording sounds of roaches and the development. Alright, let's watch the behind the scenes. This soundtrack's a banger, by the way. Okay, so there's a making of. It came out 13 years ago. And then there's also another one. It looks the same. And then there's making of Bad Mojo, the concept. Is this the same thing? I think it's the same thing. Yeah, so somebody split the clips, I think. All right. So let's dive into this. I'm excited to see this thing. That one's shorter. Yeah, this one's longer. Let me turn this up.
Okay, so here we are. We're checking out the opening movie from Bad Mojo. I'm Phil, the producer and one of the designers.
I'm Alex Louie. I'm one of the producers.
And I'm Vinny Corella, and the director and writer of this insanity.
So what we're looking at here is the opening movie. We did this to kind of pack in all of the different story elements that we needed to get in to tell the game. And we spent a lot of time on this movie. Our whole thing, at first, remember we conceived this thing as one, we wanted to do the whole thing as one shot, and we got over that pretty quickly, and the last vestige was that we did this as the opening. The 3D part is one continuous shot.
I think the bridge here is noteworthy because we built it in Swivel 3D. I mean, Drew Huffman did a great job with this. I mean, he built it in this software that was from like 1992.
Yeah, Drew built the bridge, and Charles Rose did this sequence. He's an illustrious man now working at Phil Tippett.
One of the reasons why I think the sequence is so long, especially in the beginning.
Yeah, it does.
We conceived this opening. We wanted to have this Apocalypse Now style opening monologue that would set the tone for the game, and also pack in all this information. I remember really trimming this thing down and trying to get it tighter and tighter, but it was still so long. We needed this really long, pushing over the city.
Look, there's Franz the cat. There he is. Just jumped out of the way. This is a big thing, like how we did getting in from the 3D building to the live action set, and we spent a lot of time on that, trying to figure out how to do that. There's Roger Sams, played by
Michael Summers.
Yeah. And this is one of the rooms. This is one of the last rooms you see in the game. This is Roger's room.
And we wanted to make sure that we got in all this information you had to use later, like the cat, which is a player in the game.
Bogart the cat. It's a nice cat.
So the opening movie has
This is
has a
literally
lot of
just
meaning
audio
in terms of
commentary.
gameplay, because if you pay attention and you really look at all these different things, it's going to help you get through the last section of the game.
Now look at this guy. He's hilarious. Look at this. When we saw his tape, when he did his screen test, we realized he's so over the top.
We were so worried about, because the movie sizes were small, that we wanted to make sure that all the emotion read, and then you could see. I think that's why we chose him, was because his facial expressions are hilarious and so over the top.
Yeah, this is exaggerated.
Look, there's all that money. Remember we printed up all that money? Our office manager was saying we could get in trouble because we were counterfeiting money. Here we go.
What is that butt picture?
What's this guy's name again?
His name is Eddie Petito, and the character's name is Mike Gilliam. He's an old school actor who's acted with a lot of the great Jack Nicholson, and he's been around for a long time.
He was hilarious.
And he was really on the skids when we hired him.
And look at that, I love it because he just kept spitting in Michael Summers' face during this take.
I think it took a whole day to shoot this, if not 2 days, I think.
I think it took 2 days, yeah. I mean, this is the set that we built in our offices, so this was built in a really small little area. We built this whole set to mimic, we built a lot of sets, but we built this one. This one wasn't mimicked really in 3D, but some of the other sets actually were built as 3D sets and live action sets.
I think it's funny here that he can see the money through the closed suitcase.
And then we had to get this thing, you might want to lock it.
We really worried about people missing the hints. We wanted to make sure there were hints in the opening movie.
It's pretty telegraphed, yeah.
We were so worried that the game was going to be unplayable and that people weren't going to understand what to do or how to do it, because it's pretty esoteric. It's not like a typical game.
Oh yeah, lock it. The locket.
Oh,
we had
okay.
This locket custom made by this jeweler guy, and he made it from a, what was it, a stopwatch?
From an old pocket watch, and we had to have it in a week. and it cost, I think, $1,600.
You got a lot of help
for
for that.
When
Yeah.
I looked at that necklace.
You probably could have went out to Toys R Us and bought something.
No, we used the locket a lot. It's in a lot of close-up shots, and it's really cool, and it has the air of antiquity to it. It looks really neat.
This is my favorite part when he turns into the half man, half roach. We call it Roach. Yeah. Remember that? We
I
shot
think
that.
rehearsals.
The rehearsals
Michael
were
Summers
funny.
was hysterical.
My brain
Thanks to we had some cool special effects. Thanks to Daryl Flowers. Remember him?
I do.
Our grip, yeah. And here's a locket. That's Susan Vulcan in there. She's the Oracle.
The interesting part here is this screen's upside down, and in the game we had to do it that way because we had to make it right side up in the game.
Yeah, we kept using this circle thing. There's circles throughout the game. Circle, circle, circles. Like the locket's a circle, his eye's a circle. We have a lot of eyes in the game too. You're going to see all repetitive motif. This is the sewer chamber.
Love this high resolution cockroach that we made.
Greg Smith made that cockroach.
Greg Smith. And now we're into the game itself.
That was cool. Oh, here we go.
Well, we knew we wanted to have a graphically rich game, but we also knew that the load times for CD-ROMs was a huge problem. So how do you load these graphically rich screens and not have a really long load times for the user? So we figured that if we had a really small sprite-based character, like a character 1 inch to 2 inches tall on screen, that we could sort of preload the screens based on where the character was moving and such and what direction he was going in. Could we do a game with an insect? An insect is small. And what would be interesting? And, obviously we weren't going to do ladybugs or grasshoppers. We were thinking of things that had some edge to it. Scorpions, although scorpions aren't insects, but, spiders. It turned out that we all had some pretty harrowing cockroach stories. The president of Drew Pictures, Drew Huffman, and I both grew up in cockroach-infested households. I lived in New York and in a two-family house, and at one point in time there were 17 Colombians living above us in a one-bedroom apartment. So needless to say, it was very noisy up there, but also it was quite squalid, and we had just an incredible cockroach infestation in the house. I mean, I remember routinely waking up at night as a child with cockroaches crawling on my face. They were always in the bathtub, they were always in the kitchen sink, they were in the stove, they were everywhere. I mean, there were just cockroaches all over the place. Drew had several harrowing cockroach stories, but one of the most interesting and hilarious and also disgusting was the fact when he woke up with just an agonizing headache in the middle of the night that he thought was a brain tumor. And he heard this, the way he describes it, like the sound of a kettle drum in his ear. And he was rushed to the hospital by his mother, and in the emergency room they discovered that he had a baby cockroach in his ear. This thing is like microscopically small. It's as big as a pinhead, if you've ever seen a baby cockroach. And this thing was dancing around Drew's eardrum, pounding on it and causing him just great pain. They had to extract this tiny cockroach out of his ear with a, crazy forceps or whatever. And, we just laughed uproariously at that. And we went around the table that day, and everyone in the room had some sort of harrowing cockroach story. I think Drew's infestation might have been a little bit worse than ours. He told a story one time about how he went to the beach with his family on a vacation, to get away from it all. And they took all these wonderful snapshots of the family on the beach, and they were really, quaint, and him and his mom and his brother digging sandcastles and the whole thing. And when they developed the film, this crazy thing happened. There were these silhouettes of cockroaches on the photographs themselves, and they were crystal clear. The cockroaches were living inside of his camera. And every single picture had these silhouettes of cockroaches, sort of bordering these shots of like kids with their arms around each other and laughing and grinning. They've got like popsicles in their hands. It really, I don't think people would even believe it if you put that in a movie. And we began to think, all people have had encounters with cockroaches. We realized it was like this universal thing, and it did have the edge we were looking for. It did allow us to use the sort of small sprite kind of thing. And also there were these great urban myths that were circulating then, and I guess still now. After the nuclear holocaust, the only creatures that would be could survive would be cockroaches, and cockroaches will outlive us all, and there are these miracles of evolution. And we did some research into that. I talked to entomologists at Purdue University who specialize in cockroach abatement, the people up at SC Johnson Wax up in Racine, Wisconsin, which make the Raid, the roach spray Raid.
You got to respect these animals. They can take a lot. They're incredibly resilient, and I think that they're gross, but they're also kind of majestic in a way.
Okay, calm down.
Remember those Raid commercials with those little cartoony roaches, and they're giggling and laughing and doing all that kind of crazy stuff? I mean, the game was originally going to be this funny thing.
The game was about kind of being gross, and it was meant to be sort of a parody.
And they were going to have characterizations and funny voices, and they were going to just crawl on your toothbrush and gross you out, and they were going to, in a way, it was almost going to be like roaches getting back at man kind of thing.
When Vin and I got involved in it, we took a different approach. We were both big fans of David Lynch, and I think Blue Velvet had just come out, or it was right around that time, and we wanted to make it weird. So we tried to make it dark and creepy, and our overall vibe was, when in doubt, make it strange.
We didn't want this to be a typical game. We always wanted to make a game that was a little bit more mature, and that conveyed something a little bit more literate than just, killing dragons or smoting monsters or whatever.
We're both inspired by Kafka's Metamorphosis, about this guy that, through some mysterious circumstance, gets changed or transformed into a cockroach. We wanted there to be some sort of classic backstory to the whole game. We tied the cockroach to a guy who gets turned into a cockroach. And because of that, we wanted to know why. Why was he turned into a cockroach? What were what's the point of this whole thing? And ultimately, we referred to Joseph Campbell in A Hero at the Thousand Faces and put him on a quest.
One of the classic hero's quests is the son's search for the father. He doesn't understand who he is, where he comes from, or how he got the way he was until he turns into a cockroach. As a cockroach, he gets to look at things from a point of view he couldn't look at it from before.
Damn.
We knew we wanted this to be this gritty, dark, edgy, disgusting world, just like a real roach's world.
I mean, this was a gross game.
Anything that's gross or disgusting has this kind of self-developing notoriety.
In the beginning, we got totally caught up in this. One of the first things we thought about was the kitchen of this bar/restaurant, because we worked in a restaurant.
One of the hard parts about doing a game in 1995 was that, on a PC especially, was that we were working in a 256 color environment.
We wanted it to be hyper-realistic. We wanted it to be exactly like you were a cockroach. The stainless steel countertops and the tile floor and all this spilled grease and bacon and all these things that we had seen cockroaches crawling on when we were busboys in this restaurant.
We tried to do everything in the 3D applications, and we were discovering that, at the time, 3D applications were a lot more primitive than they are now.
I had a Power Mac 8100 that had 96 megs of RAM, and that was the most RAM anyone had ever heard.
This guy has the most 90s fucking hair you've ever seen.
We telescoped out our work schedule at that point and figured we would have been done with the show about now.
We were never really good at planning things out. Really, our backgrounds were as filmmakers, and we were good at making something visually compelling. We created this little cardboard jig, that was basically a screen. And we would take this jig and we'd move it around and look at things and look at the floor and put it over objects and on countertops, getting on our hands and knees. In fact, getting on our bellies and crawling. Looking at the floor and thinking about how cool it would be to show this, how cool it would be to show that. We call it driving the roach. So rather than
driving the roach,
design document, which you would do today, you would probably spend months and months in development just on creating a design document that would tell the artists and the engineers what to do. We didn't do that, and we test an idea out visually just to see how something would navigate, or how something would look, how it would work, how we would light it, how it would play on screen.
It's actually a big pain just to develop colors that were kind of close to each other so we could have something that looked good in 256 colors.
We wanted the player to be able to explore every square inch of this apartment building, everything, and just explore. Let's let the person go out and explore everything, underneath the rug, underneath the table, under the hot water heater. Every
when
wall,
we
every
drive
ceiling,
the roach.
every floor, every table, every chair, everything was going to be navigable. We quickly realized that this was just going to, for two reasons, was just not going to work. First of all, the artwork would never fit on one CD. We knew we wanted it to be on one CD. It would take forever for us to produce it, and also it would just be too boring. Navigating across a giant cinder block wall sucks. It's not fun.
Vinny and I were looking at the notes that we had early on. We had like health meters, and we had inventory, and you were gonna hook up with other roaches and breed, and there was all these. There was a lot of like asset or.
They were gonna have sex in the game.
And ultimately, what happened was we were essentially a year out, and we were still like figuring out what the game was, and so we said, let's strip away all that stuff. It's all gone.
Phil and I reached the point where we had said, okay, enough's enough. We can spend 6 weeks modeling a stick, or we can just go out down the block and take a picture of one. And that's where the infusion between the 3D and the photographic stuff started developing. This was high concept. We ran out of time, and we decided that, well, he's getting closer to being a real human being. He should have photographic stuff around him to kind of show his journey. Basically, punted.
We came up with the concept of what we called islands of activity. So the gameplay would take place in these little islands, and you would traverse from island to island with your cockroach. So you wouldn't have to go through 30 screens of blank floor to get to the next island. You would go across 3. So we kind of truncated the world, and took some shortcuts.
The whole game takes place in this San Francisco waterfront dingy bar, Eddie Petito's bar. And we locked ourselves in a room for, I don't know how long it was, 2 weeks, a week, I forget. And we just hashed out the whole game.
The hallmark of an adventure game is that there's a puzzle. The player has to solve some sort of visual riddle in the game world in order to move on to the next level.
We would draw it all out on paper, and sometimes I would make massing models and swivel. I would just mock up what we thought the room would look like and what you were going to do.
We hated the idea of puzzles that were removed from the natural game environment. We wanted to make sure that all of the puzzles were seamlessly integrated into the game environment, so you were never removed from it. So
that's cool.
Everything was restricted by what could a cockroach really do?
A cockroach can only do so many things.
Ultimately, it was 4 keys. You drive a roach. That's it. And we did that. Ultimately, I think we did it at first because we felt it was our safest bet to get the game done. But as a side effect, it allowed us as designers to. It set up a bunch of limitations for us, but that was good because it corralled us to thinking about only like what we could do as a roach.
I remember just pulling our hair out trying to think of things that roaches could do.
It wasn't much. You could push things, you could, the weight of the roach could cause you to do things.
A lot of the puzzles in Bad Mojo are what we called like these Rube Goldberg-esque Byzantine sort of action-reaction puzzles where you do something on one screen that has an effect on something many screens in the future or somewhere else in the game. On every level in the game are animals.
This guy's house is just filled with critters. There's like slugs, there's mice, there's termites, there's silverfish, there's ants. It's packed full of stuff.
And all the animals were in some fashion enchanted, and they had information that they were able to give you, the cockroach, to help you on your journey. Phil and Vinny and I would go and sit down, and Vinny would have written a riddle by this time that was kind of pseudo-poetic, and we would try to fit the assets we had, for instance, vacuum cleaners or rats or cockroaches or whatever, into a kind of a dreamlike, kind of pre-Big Lebowski sort of montage of visual and audio clues.
We use movies, clues, written text, objects. In some cases, the player interacts with photographs. And from very early on, we really love this idea of living photographs. You would see a photograph, and you'd crawl over it, and that would cause a small movie to play, within the bounds of the photograph itself. And
we didn't see that one.
This little snippet, this little moment from the life of the character in the photograph.
So we must have missed a lot of stuff then, because I didn't see that one.
The biggest problem with creating this game wasn't the design, and it wasn't financing it, and it wasn't figuring out how to get it, to work on the screen. It was, how does a group of people with completely different personalities, some of which really shouldn't even be together in the first place, how do we get along? How do we build a team?
everything that's good, you kind of have to have a lot of bad things happen to make things even better.
If you work on a good movie or a movie that was fun, or a game that was fun to create, it'll turn out like crap.
I say discussions, but they were actually yelling matches.
We're going to call Drew right now. We're calling him down to this conference room, and we're reading him a riot act.
One time I remember just hearing all this commotion and banging and stuff, and I didn't know what was going on, but, I found out after the fact that, I guess, Drew was, it seemed like he was having a heart attack or something.
He blew his stack. He went nuts. He was screaming at us. He was going nuts. It was insane. Like, we saw a side of this man that we had never seen, I never want to see again. He was like under such pressure to get this thing done. And afterwards, Vinny and I were just like, oh my God, what did we do?
December 6th, 1994. Things are beginning to slip after more than 10 months have been spent planning and producing this project. 10 months. We're still lacking a clear engineering plan and a production schedule. I'm relying too heavily on other people to do it, and this is causing my feeling of desperation. I mean, I can't believe I wrote this in a notebook. This is like my diary. The only time that I really felt like I had real control was in the production of the video portion of the game. But actually, really, I didn't actually have any control at all, but I had a great relationship with Phil and with Aaron Strain and with Jonathan Fishman. Those guys were doing all the work. So it was really when I kind of gave control away to people that I trusted that I felt like I was in the most control. And that was when I had fun.
We had a set designer build the exact replica of that CG model that I had built.
That's sick.
Full size, where we could film these live action sequences.
It was very eerie to be going through and seeing this stuff that you painted and kind of grossed yourself out on.
Yeah, it is a wild take. Yeah.
As big as life.
I don't think that's
When you play
true.
the game, you see us going between these things. In most cases, it's pretty seamless and it works.
We had these off-angle shots, which were kind of Moses goes to the mountaintop shot, which would tell you where you were in the game. We spent a lot of time taking the textures that we had just created, faux tabletops, 50s matchbooks, bills, eviction notices, and translating them from the game into real tangible objects that the actors could manipulate or act around and things like that.
Oh, wow.
In terms of casting, we got really lucky because, we didn't have any money. We weren't going to go to a traditional casting agency and get real talent. Who is it? We had to rely on local San Francisco theatrical talent that would work for scale.
Got some nerve coming up here at this hour.
So it was just potluck. Who would walk in the door that we could kind of latch onto and picture as these people? So we had every jamoke from all these theater companies in San Francisco coming in here and auditioning for us, and they were hilarious. Some of these people were just terrible. Or some of them were good stage actors, but just it wasn't going to work for the game.
I'd get suckered into actually playing a part as a stand-in just to block out a scene or something like that.
Jeez, let me in here. What's going on? What do you want?
It's terrible. I mean, I'll never win an Oscar.
We're lucky that we found Michael Summers and Mike Gilliam and Susan Volkin, people who were cheap, who fit the roles well, and who were really easy to work with and took direction with.
There's a shadow from your face is falling onto Mike's face, so
Try to stay over.
No, I don't want you to cheat over too far because then we get to that same problem we had before. Just keep your head back. I like you guys close together, but just a little bit more, a little bit back.
Oh, that's fine.
Michael Summers, when he walked in that day, I knew it. I think he was the last guy we saw. He was late for his audition. He was an absolute mess. He was all over the place.
Who is it?
And he had this just beautiful. We fell in love with him physically. Was he the right guy for the role of Roger Sams? Probably not. If you look at the movies and you look at the way he acts, I mean, he's like this Buster Keaton-esque, Chaplin-esque guy. He's a lot like Jim Carrey, and he bills himself that way. He's a physical, comedic type actor. He's long, he's lanky, he's got these just vivid facial expressions, and when he acts, that's how he acts. His body acts. He moves all over the place. His eyes bug out of his head. His arms, his hands, his shoulders, every part of his body is involved in every one of his scenes. And when you look at the opening movie, we were looking at it last night, we were just laughing hysterically. It's so over the top, which was always our mantra in game production. It was just like over the top, over the top, over the top, because these movies were so small. And
I think it fits that he's a bug bugging out.
Blurry little things.
we were never sure that the characters' emotions were going to read through. So we always told everyone to just go crazy, go full bore, give it to us all, you know, and it worked, I guess.
The space that we were doing the shooting in was really susceptible to a lot of noise. There was a big parking lot outside. We were right by a freeway off-ramp. A lot of good takes got really ruined because of that, unfortunately. Right outside of the room that we were in were the bathrooms. And, you know, every time somebody flushed the toilet, the pipes would start knocking.
At first, we collected animals on our own. I remember a very early experiment we did with spiders on the blue screen. We found some spiders, brought them into the studio, put them on the blue screen, and I remember the first spider vaporized instantly under the lights. It was just gone in a puff of smoke. You know, we had to adjust the lights and figure that out. And we had like a little piece of glass, and the spider was crawling on the glass. That was not going to work. Filming spiders was just not going to work.
If we're going to make a game about cockroaches, we needed to know what cockroaches look like, how they behaved, what they did, and so we had we had a little zoo at the office.
The first place we got animals was the South Carolina Biological Supply Company, which is this, you know, wonderful catalog and website where you can buy things for the classroom. And in that catalog was something that just made our eyes light up. There was the cockroach kit. Ostensibly, a classroom would study the life cycle of a cockroach, and kids would watch it or whatever. I don't know what the hell this thing would be used for. They would send you 6 cockroaches in a little cup with some paper towels in it. We bought one of these cockroaches kits and created this terrarium of horrors.
You'd always keep a little water in the bottom for them to drink, and then they ate dog food. So I had this bag of dog food, and every week I'd put a little more dog food in there. And we'd get to watch them. You know, we get to watch them live and eat and multiply.
It got gross in a hurry.
We must have had 2,000 cockroaches in this little aquarium that was sealed on top. And we'd
point out the little pregnant ones, and we'd see the little egg sacs, and we'd watch them hatch and these babies, and then it was amazing.
Just a squalid, horrible environment.
I needed to clean out this cage and get the dead ones out and clean the, you know, roach poo out of it and everything. So if you open it up, they all run out. So what I figured out is if I took the little terrarium and stuck it in the freezer for about 15-20 minutes, all the live ones would all hide and huddle into these wooden slats and start moving really slow and protect themselves. Then I'd go up to go out to the street, out to a garbage can, and I could shake out all the dead ones and hose out the little bottom of the terrarium and put them back in. So I did this for like a year, and they just wouldn't stop, living.
And we had these cockroaches in there that we would study. You know, the artist would sit there, look at the cage, look at how the roach moves, look at the sheen on the back of the roach's, carapace and stuff, and we'd watch the roach move and how it tip and roll, and I mean, that's how we got the roach to look the way it looked, was, with these Carolina biological cockroaches.
They gave me some mice to play with, basically. So I brought my remote recorder over there and tried to get sound out of one mouse. And it took some coaxing, but I was able to get some squeaks.
I did not want there to be this stiff-looking rubber rat. Didn't want to make a rat in 3D. At the time, you couldn't do fur or hair in 3D. It just wasn't doable. And it had to be hyper-realistic. So I knew that we would have to get a live rat. Did not want a pet shop rat, not a white one, not a black one. Wanted a real Norway rat.
And one day, as a practical joke, Vinny brought this bag in. And it was a paper bag, and it had one of these little cat toys in it that rolls around. It's like a little ball that goes all crazy. And he's like, I got a rat. And he throws it on the floor, and it just takes off and starts skidding around, and people were just freaking out. They really thought it was a rat.
It was our original goal not to harm any animals during the production of the game.
There was this awful, awful day where it wasn't awful, it was just gross, okay? Vinny got a dead rat.
I called various exterminating companies here in the city, and I said, listen, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm shooting a movie here in the city. I need a rat that's been freshly killed. Can you get me one? 9 out of 10 people hung up on me. I got a call. Came like 12 o'clock in the afternoon one day. There was the exterminator truck sitting in front of a restaurant. There was this big Aussie, this Australian guy, who was the exterminator. Oh, we got a big one here for you. This guy's huge. We found him in a crate. what do you want me to do with it, mate? And I was like, I can't use it alive. So he takes the rat, and smashes it against the side of his pickup truck, just like, and kills it. It's dead. There you go. We put it in a Ziploc bag. We
Oh my
raced
God.
back to the office as if we were holding like some kidney for organ transplantation.
We took pictures of the rat in every single possible pose. I think that very few Victoria's Secret models get the kind of love that this rat did, because we knew that it was going to rot and stink by the end of the day.
We only harmed animals that were sort of on death row anyway. You know, I mean, we went to a fish market in Chinatown in San Francisco for the catfish. And, you know, if you've ever been to one of these places, there are all these squalid tanks where there are like soft-shell turtles and various types of fish and delicacies. And in one tank was this big tank full of catfish. And I remember saying, I need 2 catfish. The guy didn't speak English. We were communicating with hand gestures. And I was like, no, alive. Because they were going to kill them right there for us. I said, no, I want them alive. You want them alive? So yeah, then they had some conference behind the counter as to whether or not they can give us live catfish. And they finally agreed to give us live catfish. We put them in a bag, brought them home, and I wound up beheading and gutting the fish myself, which we have on video, I believe. But you know, those catfish were going to be killed right there in an awful way by that Chinese butcher. So I don't really feel bad about killing the catfish. It wasn't like, you know, there was no chance of there being a born free moment here. So we had a cat trainer come in. And she brought 3 cats with her in cages, and we would evaluate the cats that day to find out which cat was behaving, you know, well enough to actually work that day. Because they get all moody, they're insane, they're cats. And they don't feed these things, you know, the day before the shoot, and they perform based on reward. You know, they love these little chunks of smoked turkey, and that's how they do their little things. And, you know, it was a huge deal. We paid more attention to this cat and the various issues revolving around this cat than any other, like, talent-related issue. You know, there was a huge debate as to whether or not we needed cat insurance.
That's a very hairy cat.
From that day onward, any boondoggle-esque ridiculous issue was referred to as the cat insurance issue. Like, if anyone went down some ridiculous trail, we were like, hey, man, that's just cat insurance.
When you're working on a game, the first year and a half, you really kind of don't know what you're doing. You're kind of fumbling around in the dark with your concept.
I don't think any of us really knew what, you know, the public was going to think of it.
We had missed Christmas, and it was kind of, you know, it was pretty depressing at that point.
When we merged with Pulse Entertainment toward the tail end of production, it gave us the steam we really needed to complete the game. I mean, there was a level of organization and an impetus there that kind of lit the fire on us to push us over the finish line.
When we finally shipped the game in January, that was like the greatest thing, because I'd just gotten physical like a couple of months ago, and my blood pressure was like extraordinarily high.
So we went on the road to demo and promote Bad Mojo.
Whenever we would go to trade shows, we'd take like a jar of roaches with us.
We had a pickle jar with 2 Madagascar hissing cockroaches in it. And these things, you know, they're gigantic. They're like this big, and they hiss, and they're pretty ugly. And I mean, this day, you could never imagine walking through the airport with a giant pickle jar full of cockroaches. We put them in the overhead bin, you know, and like every once in a while during the flight, we'd go in there and check, make sure they were okay.
It would repel people. Some people would just see it, and they'd run away in fear. But it would draw other people in. And it was a great conversation piece.
We were in a hotel in Chicago, and the cockroaches escaped the jar.
And they ran off somewhere, and we couldn't find them.
And we were just imagine the next person who comes into this hotel room and finds 2 gigantic Madagascar cockroaches.
That's
we
fucked.
turned the hotel room upside down. We were panicking. But we found them. The 2 cockroaches had, like, wedged their way into a little fold in the shower curtain, and we found them in there. It was hilarious.
You know, when we first started out, I couldn't see this thing winning an award, because I was like, oh my God, you know, in the thick of it, it was like really dark, and I couldn't see my way out of the tunnel.
The game sold a lot of copies, I believe over 1 million copies.
I couldn't believe how many awards we actually won. We got a lot of Envision awards for the writing, for the art direction. I mean, it was just a fabulous looking game. In 1995 with 8-bit color, I mean, it was just incredible.
We were on TV, that was really cool.
What?
How'd you like to wake up one morning to find out that you'd been turned into a cockroach?
Something crazy happened when I looked at that necklace.
That's what happens to Roger Sam's Impulse Entertainment's Bad Mojo, priced at $59.95. You play the nasty character at the heart of this grotesque but engrossing new computer game. And this is also you, the roach Roger's turned into. You'll be living life as a cockroach until you figure out a way to change yourself back into a man.
Maybe you like the cockroach idea,
Some
okay?
people like
Which is
it.
fine. We won't think bad of you if you do.
Very
Wow.
funky, very addictive, not for the squeamish.
The people in charge of the company gave us freedom to do, whatever we want, and I think it shows in the end product of the game. You don't see a lot of games like that anymore. There's a real formula to games now. There are these first-person shooters, there are these fighting games, these RPGs, but you just don't see anything that sort of out there and bizarre. I can compare it to like an independent film or something like that. That's kind of what it reminds me of. It's like sort of the Being John Malkovich.
We're actually in the Macworld Game Hall of Fame. We won
What?
an MVP award from PC Magazine. We developed a French and a German version as well as Japanese version. So we would go into the recording studio and we'd actually look at these actors and direct them to do basically the same video with Roger and Eddie. It was just hilarious to hear them speaking in long German words in a movie we'd seen 1,000 times. The sync is kind of there, kind of not. You can't look at a Caucasian person speaking Japanese and think, wow, this is great stuff.
Wasn't rocket science. Okay, it was just us having fun when we were working 12-hour days and we were totally burnt out and goofy.
It was a close-knit bunch. I mean, we all had our roles, and they were very defined,
I think one of the greatest things about doing this game was all the relationships I developed.
Thinking back on the whole production environment, it's a fun time that I you don't run into a group like that very often, and in my work later, you just.
Hang on. I think there's an ad incoming. Did I miss an ad? Did I miss an ad? Did I miss an ad? I'll just say. I think that this said there was going to be an ad come up, so I'm just going to say. I'll rewind it a bit. I saw a notif that came up and said there's going to be an ad, so I stopped for a second just to say. All right.
I developed.
Yep. There's the ad. All right. Well, wait a second. There's only like a minute left of this anyway, so. Sorry, I'm just waiting. That is strange. There's only a minute left of this ad over. Okay.
Thinking back on the whole production environment, it's a fun time that I you don't run into a group like that very often, and in my work later, I haven't been that close with other people that I've worked with. It was a really cool, old warehouse building that we worked in San Francisco with, old friends that I'd known for a long time.
Working with Drew and Phil and Vinny was like the best opportunity I could have.
At the end of the game, I had this terrarium where it must have had like hundreds of thousands of roaches. I mean, it was pretty big. Started with 12, and it was sort of didn't really know what to do with it. It was like, God, if I took this thing and just opened it up in the basement of some building, I could, condemn a friggin' building, So, didn't want to do that. So what I ended up doing was what we call the roach genocide. I took an entire can of Raid and just sprayed the entire can of Raid into this terrarium and then duct taped the whole thing closed and stuck it in a dumpster. And what else are you gonna do with?
He left it at you.
I would really like to actually work on another game, like another version of Bad Mojo, and just kind of bring the band back together.
Wow. Okay. I did see we've missed a lot of cutscenes in this game as well. I noticed that there were a lot of cutscenes that we didn't get to see. Like there was like another one with the nun and then the bully of the kid. I also saw one in a thumbnail when I was making the thumbnails. There's like an animated bit of the book. Like there's a book scene. Hang on, let me see like long play. I saw like an animated cartoon bit. Let me see if I can find it. It was really strange. It was like towards the end of the game. Even typing that, imagine being the guy. I mean, yeah, like you could tell that obviously the game was quite there was definitely a feel to it that they wanted. You got to commend them though, because it is impressive how they did it. I think that given the circumstances of the game and the time and the limitation, 1995 was like, we were so limited. And there's almost like a grunge level thing to this game that I kind of find impressive. I don't remember seeing that. Oh, you can go in the suitcase. Oh, I didn't know that. There was a whole separate... Oh, so that was the toy. Oh. Oh, look, there it is. There's the cartoon that I've seen. I've seen the picture of. Wow. So yeah, we missed that. There's still like a lot of like little cut scenes and stuff. I guess like I must have missed. Yeah, there's like another one here. Like, I think I just like again bumping into certain things and seeing certain cut scenes. Like again, I didn't understand what this whole area was for. Like this area, I assume it was just to give you that one scene of the grave in the pool. Like, but that was like a whole fucking room. I don't think I saw anything early game. I saw some cutscenes early game, but I didn't. Some of those later ones. Is that what you mean? Let me see if there's a Japanese version someone uploaded. I don't want this to I'm a bug. A non-gamer play. Is there somebody that did it? English long play. Vinny played it. No, and that's why I do want to say like that it wasn't. I didn't want to bring this up because I didn't want to be like bonus hidden movies. Okay, we'll have a look at that. I wanted to say this. That's why I wanted to make Clades, because I wanted to kind of like make a game that uses practical effects, because a lot of that stuff has been lost. Yeah, there's experimental gameplay has gone. Let me see what this is. I don't know what this is gonna be. Like, if not secret cutscenes. Oh my god, look at this. No, I've seen all these, man. Like, come on, man. I don't think any of these are secret. I think we've just found like. Actually, I didn't see that. What the fuck is that? I guess some of these are on the disc, maybe? Like, maybe they weren't, like...
What the hell?
Oh, I didn't see this one. I wondered how the machine turned off. Maybe I was meant to see that and I just didn't get to see it. Or I guess just some don't activate. This cutscene's just called Topographical Bust. Is it gonna move? What's happening? The fuck's he doing? Is he just moving around on the tip for 5 minutes? What the fuck's he doing? Look at that. Thanks for watching. Smiley face. Thirsty fella. They're 3D. Yeah. Oh. I love that. That's a good ending. Thanks for watching. Smiley face. Well, that's Bad Mojo. I'm impressed with the game. I really... And you know what? As disgusting and feral as listening to that behind the scenes was, I liked it. And you know what else I liked? I loved... let me put the soundtrack back on, because I want to just talk a bit about it. I really liked the fact that the game was practical. The game had a practical feel to it. And it did something that was like truly different. Like it went. Oh, thank you for the posture check, Shadow. It went above and beyond to be this like bizarre game. Like I'm again, I could see why it's almost art housey. Like the whole concept of this game is very art house. Would I want to make something that disgusting? No. Like I don't want to do that. But it's why I love making games, because making something that's different and weird and doing like, it's why I wanted to do something like Slime Girl Smoothies, or like, you know, like I want to do something that's creatively different. You don't want to do something that's the same. Like, don't get me wrong, I love doing games that are the same, but daring to be different. And I think that's what makes it so interesting. I think like the next 3 days, you guys are going to spend with me. We're going to be making a game in Windows 95 together. So tomorrow, the next day, and the next day after that, we're going to create a video game together. I don't know what we're going to create. Did this game inspire me? Who the fuck knows? Probably not. But honestly, we're going to be doing that tomorrow. It's going to be interesting to see what we can come up with and what we can make in 3 days' time. I'm just blown away. I'm blown away at that whole thing. That production of Bad Mojo. If anything, I went into this game thinking it was going to be like really bad. And I've come out as a fan, not so much of just the game, but the fact that these people saw what they wanted to make and they made it. They, like, even though the production was horror, they walked away with stories and memories, and they walked away with something that was really cool. And I think that's what makes it cool. Like, everything about this game. I'm not trying to say it's the best game. I'm saying that the interesting part of this is the fact that there is so much story. Like, you don't get that shit from like Elden Ring or other stuff where they'll have all these like great stories to tell. That kind of, like Priscillion said, that kind of era is gone. So, anyway, I hope you peeps have had fun. I'm gonna call it. I have been your boy Shades. I hope you've enjoyed this stream with me tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a game making stream. It's gonna be fucking wild. I hope you're ready. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, stay hydrated. Log in and get those dailies. I love you peeps so much. Thank you so much for hanging out and for playing Bad Mojo with me. And I love you peeps so much. Thank you for the support. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.